Hello friends, welcome back. If you want to know what is capacity planning in Agile and what is the best way to do capacity planning, then you are watching the right video. Friends, before starting, I request you to please subscribe to my channel, which will give me more strength to do more and more useful videos. And also, big thanks to people who have already subscribed to my channel. Let's get started. Let us understand what is capacity planning and when it is done. Capacity planning is a method used during sprint planning ceremony which helps Scrum teams to understand how many story points they can accomplish within each sprint. Or in simple words, it gives an idea about the total number of stories they can take into the sprint. It is done before starting each sprint. Once the stories in the backlog is refined and release planning is done, there would be one or multiple sprints based on the capacity of the team. To understand each and every stage of Scrum process in detail, please watch the related video in my channel. I have also added the link in the description. In this video, we will only concentrate on capacity planning, which is done during the sprint planning ceremony. As you can see, in the sprint planning meeting, the product owner will present the product backlog to the team, which is refined and story pointed. Now the next step is to pull the user stories into the sprint. To do this, there is a need to do capacity planning. Things to consider while doing capacity planning are duration of the sprint, public holidays within the sprint, planned holidays of each members within the sprint, percentage of allocation of each member to the team, time spent by member to attend the Scrum ceremonies or meetings, time spent by each member in learning and development. Now we will see how to do capacity planning or how to calculate the capacity of the team using Excel sheet in the best format. So this is the best format to do capacity planning using Excel sheet. As you can see, sprint number is 2, sprint start date is 1st of January 2021 and sprint ending date is 14th of January 2021. So this is a 14-day sprint. We have 2 Saturday and 2 Sunday. So 14 minus 4 days will be 10 days. Now let's say there is one public holiday within this sprint. So 10 minus 1 would be 9 working days. And let's say in this organization, working hours per day is 8 hours. So 9 into 8 is 72 hours. So the maximum hours available for each member in the sprint would be 72 hours. Now, let's say there are 5 developers, 1 QA, 1 product owner and 1 business analyst in the Scrum team. Generally, the product owner and the business analyst capacity will not be considered, but it is good to have their record in the sheet. Now, we need to calculate each member's actual availability to calculate the total capacity of the team. So, let's take an example of Peter and see how to calculate the actual availability of Peter considering factors like allocation for the team, time spent for Scrum ceremonies, time spent for learning and development, and planned leaves. As calculated, the maximum available hours in this sprint for each member is 72 hours. Now, let us calculate the actual availability of Peter, assuming that he is allocated 100% to the team. As you can see, time spent for learning and development by Peter is 15%. So 15% of 72 hours will be 10.8 hours. And time spent for attending Scrum ceremonies would be 10%. So 10% of 72 hours will be 7.2 hours. And let's say Peter has one planned leave. So that is 1 day is considered as 8 hours. So total deduction of Peter would be 10.8 plus 7.2 plus 8 hours, that is 26 hours. Now, the actual hours available for Peter in sprint 2 will be maximum available hours, that is 72 hours, minus total deductions of Peter, that is 26 hours. So 46 hours. So 46 hours is the actual hour available for Peter in sprint 2. Similarly, we have to calculate the actual availability of all the team members using Excel sheet. As we have calculated, the actual hours of Peter is 46, considering that his allocation to the team is 100%, time spent for scrum ceremonies is 10%, time spent for learning and development is 15%, and planned leave is 1. So 1 day is 8 hours. Similarly, we need to calculate the actual hours of all the developers and QA. I have used formula in actual hours cell to make the calculation automatic and easy. So any changes I make in any of the factors for any of the member, the actual value of that member will be recalculated. Let's say I change Peter's learning and development to 20% from 15%. So the actual value will change from 46 to 42. In other example, as you can see, the actual hour for QA is 58. Now, let's say for some reason QA is allocated only 80% to the team. So, when I change QA's allocation to 80% from 100%, then the actual value of QA will change from 58 to 46%. As mentioned, we will not consider the availability of the product owner and the business analyst. Once we have calculated the actual values of all the developers and QA, we need to add up the actual values of all the developers and QA. In this case, when we add, we get 320 hours. Now, in this organization, hours per story point is 10. That is, to achieve one story point, we need 10 hours. So we need to divide 320 by 10 hours. So we get 32 story points. So this team capacity for sprint is 32 story points. As you can see, the team capacity is 32 story points. Now we can pull stories from product backlog to sprint backlog. We have taken user story 1, which is of 8 points, user story 2, which is of 8 points, user story 3, which is of 4 points, user story 4, which is of 8 points, user story 5, which is of 4 points. When we add up all this, we get 32 story points. Thank you very much, friends. Please subscribe to my channel.